good afternoon to you, whatever you're doing right now. Welcome back to Driven Dave. We've got a special, like a rock, heartbeat of America. It's a truck. I don't know much about this truck, but I thought I would share my driving impressions. Kind of fun to rent a truck. Like every time I drive a pickup truck, I kind of just feel like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be here. I grew up in Texas, so, you know, this is referred to as a Texas Cadillac. I have to grab a water heater today, so I just decided to rent a pickup truck at U-Haul because it was just an easier way to roll than clearing out my minivan. So I'm not really sure too much about this truck. I just rented it and got in. It's a truck. It's a Chevy. That's about all I know. Forgive my horrible sounding voice and raspy cough. I'm not dying. It just sounds like it. So yeah, I don't know. It's a truck. It's a Chevy Silverado. My contract doesn't seem to have much info on it. It's a regular cab, as you can see. Maybe, I don't know. I have to drive and be the cameraman, so I'm gonna pay more attention to the road. Sorry. That's gonna happen a few times during this video. Just deal with it. As you can see, pretty basic. We've got rubber floors. We've got just kind of plastic everywhere. Classic Chevrolet. Let's see what she's got. We'll waste some gas. Why not? Maybe. Yeah. Wow, that was actually pretty quick. I was just driving and making sure I could film the speedo, but yeah, it's pretty good, man. This thing moves out. Rear wheel drive, obviously. Kind of feels like it wants to break traction when it shifts gear. I mean, you can have all kinds of proper fun with this, especially in like a dirt field. I mean, I don't know what you do, like what pickup truck people do with their pickup trucks, but you know, I would imagine they drive into dirt fields and I don't know, stuff like that. I mean, just because you can, and why not? It sounds fun. Driving position in this truck, seat's pretty comfortable. I mean, it's not great. It's definitely like, you know, Fleet Edition special, so it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. This one has just 11,000 miles, so it's fairly new. Although being a U-Haul, it looks like it has 211,000 miles already. It just gets beat up. This poor truck. But hey, you know, it's mine for the next 23 hours, and I'm not going to use it for that many. It just needs to grab a water heater and go. As with most pickup trucks, you know, there's quite a bit of ground clearance. There's quite a lot of space in the wheel arch. So when it's not loaded down with a bunch of stuff, it's generally going to ride pretty rough, and that's certainly the case here. It just kind of feels bouncy and harsh in the rear. I'm sure if I had a bunch of concrete or stones or what have you in the bed, you know, I'm sure this thing would just kind of settle down and feel real nice. It'd be a proper Texas Cadillac at that point. So I can only assume we have some form of V8 under the hood. Don't know. Maybe we'll check later. Maybe we won't. I don't know. As you can see, a little infotainment here. No steering wheel controls, as this is the Fleet Special, but, you know, got a little, I don't know what this is. Very nice. Stereo sounds pretty good, you know, for being, you know, El Cheapo. It's not great, but it's not terrible. You know, I think if you were stuck in this thing all day, you wouldn't hate listening to the radio. Looks like we have cruise control. That's nice. See how that works. You know, GM has changed so much. Oh, there we go. Yeah, cruise set to 66. Yeah, you know, I'm used to the old turn signal controls, but I guess they've kind of moved away from that. The only thing I kind of don't like, just initially with how I have the seat set up, is that, like, I mean, you're kind of getting the vantage point that I am. So I really can't tell where, like, that side of the truck ends or begins, you know. So I'm kind of hugging this line a little bit. I just, you know, I don't know the dimensions. It just kind of seems gigantic. And compared to the Kia that I drove just before renting this, it is gigantic, you know. It's a pickup truck. So there's that. Nice big dash, lots of some fine plastic. What do we have up here? I can't really tell. I don't know if you can put something there, or what is that? Oh yeah, you can put stuff there. I guess, like, you know, pickup truck owner kind of stuff. You can put your can of Skoal and your other can of Skoal, and I mean, right? Is that what pickup truck people do? I'm sorry, I'm kid because gosh, I can't even talk. I kid because I love. We used to own a pickup truck years ago. My mom did, and we loved it. Super fun. I learned how to drive in that rig. So I love pickup trucks and pickup truck owners, but I'm probably going to make fun of you guys quite a bit during this video. Just fair warning. You know, just cause. Let's see, what else do we have here? We've got, so you can put all your Skoal up there. You know, probably room for all kinds of cans of beverages here. You got a little thing there to put your, I don't know, you can put some more Skoal in there, I suppose. I reckon. This whole thing folds up and turns into a third seat. It's got a shoulder belt as well, so that's nice. Looks like we have 2 glove boxes. Due to driving, let's see. Oh yeah, you can't really put much there. Maybe just some Skoal. Probably work out. And then there's another bigger glove box, I would assume. Yeah. So, yeah, you could put...
Watch out, roadworks reported on the road ahead.
Roadworks. Yeah, that really helps since I'm sitting in traffic. Yeah, what other kind of quirks and features do we have going on here? Not a lot. Like I said, this is going to be your bare bones model. You know, which is fine. I don't need more than this to grab a water heater. Looks like you got some auto lights over here. Looks like you got a little cargo light. That's cool. You can adjust the panel lights, whatever you call that, instrument panel lights. It's kind of weird being up at the same level as other pickup trucks. You know, like that guy. He's got a Silverado up there. Not him. I know that's a Dodge. It's a Cummins. Those are great, man. What else do we have? Yeah, we got some lights up here, map lights. That's cool. And as far as infotainment, I'm gonna hit the home button. What does this do?
Watch out, object on road ahead.
You know, and I even turned off the nav before I should have closed the app. I apologize. So not a lot here. Looks like you can just do your basic. Looks like you have a Bluetooth phone option, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. That's great. This is such a short trip. I didn't grab my little cable, and I don't really want to hook my phone up to this truck, because, you know, Lord knows how many people are going to drive it. I'm going to pass on that. But it looks like you've got USB-C and USB-A? Question mark? The big one. The one everyone, you know, the one we've grown up with. And then you got a little 12-volt thingy there, and a blank spot there, and a blank spot there, and a blank spot there. Just dummy panels everywhere. You got your emergency flashers. Traction control off. Looks like you got tow mode. That's great if you have a trailer. Yeah. But let's talk about driving impressions. I already mentioned it's kind of bouncy. Brakes are responsive and yet numb. It's a little weird. It's a heavy truck, and you know the brakes kind of grab quickly, but you notice kind of right away that, like, you need to use a little more pedal input than you might think, if that makes sense. Just getting out of my neighborhood, I was kind of in a hurry, because I'm need to get this water heater installed before that sun goes down, and I'm not gonna make it. I already know that, but I'm gonna try anyway. But yeah, so I was trying to get out of the neighborhood, and I noticed like it just kind of took more pedal input than what it initially felt like. You know what I mean? So it's like I initially hit the brakes and it felt like they grabbed, but then they didn't want to stop. So just not a lot of good feedback from the pedal. The gas pedal is way lower than the brake pedal, and if you're sensitive, you know, from going to like gas brake, this truck would not be good for you. It reminds me of my old Crown Victoria, and you know that car really hurt my right foot in a bad way. So sadly, this truck would not be a good option for me. I think I rented a Ford F-150 about 6 months, a year ago, another U-Haul special, and I think that had a better pedal position if memory serves. So even though I grew up a Chevy guy, I'd probably have to go Ford on this one, just for that reason alone, unless you can get one with adjustable pedals, which I highly doubt. But I mean, that's more of a me problem. That may not be a you problem. So, oftentimes on the channel, people get upset if I say something's uncomfortable for me. But, hey, it's uncomfortable for me. I got to be honest about that. So, you should rent one and see how it is for you. And seriously, if you're thinking about buying a pickup truck, go hit up U-Haul, man. That's a pretty easy way to get behind the wheel of one of these and just kind of see if it would work for you. And hey, this is not sponsored, but U-Haul, hey, let's do something. Give me a call. DrivenDave1@gmail. Let's do it. Anyway, back to the review. It's got cruise control. That works fine. The brakes, they are what they are. Plenty of power. I'm really impressed with just, throttle response. Transmission shifts really pretty quickly. There's not a lot of lag or wait time to downshift, and it upshifts firmly and smoothly, and I like it. It's good. And there's something just like magical about sitting in a pickup truck. Even as a tall guy, I'm 6'2", but I feel like I've got tons of room in this thing, man. Like the seat's all the way back, and I feel like I almost have too much room. Like I should be kind of scooting forward a little bit more. But hey, I'm not complaining. It's nice to have. It's very rare for me to have too much room, and I've got tons of headroom. It's just awesome. As you can see, like, plenty of knee room, and yeah, if I extend my leg like under the pedal, like I just got tons of room in here, man. It's great. I really like it. Give you an idea, there's my arm stretched out all the way, and I'm not touching that door. So she's a pretty wide rig. It's still I still can't reach it. It's big. I ain't kidding you. So yeah, I wish there was more to say. Looks like there's a child seat tether like right here. I don't know if you can see that right there. But yeah, and I think this is an 8-foot bed, which, in my opinion, if you're going to have a truck, you should have an 8-foot bed, because you can haul plywood real easy. A 6-foot bed is nice too, but it's a little harder when you're trying to move the bigger materials. So yeah, I think that's about it. It's a nice truck. Drives straight, steering's tight. I'd love to do pickup truck things in it. It's awesome. So, well, that all worked out really well. Some guy just like ran onto the freeway right after I hit stop. So that was cool. The one thing I was going to say, like as far as like climate control, and it's like these controls just are not that intuitive. Don't love it. Yeah.
Turn left onto I-210 East.
The guy back on, sorry. And the air vents, like this one in particular, I just can't seem to like doesn't seem to want to really hit me. I'm getting more out of this one. So, not loving the climate control, I gotta be honest. This looks like an automatic tailgate thing. I'll be curious to try that out when we get to the Home Depot. We'll see what that does. Power mirrors, that's cool. Looks like I've got an auto down window. So yeah, when we get to Home Depot, we'll check this out and see what it does. Oh man, that is super bumpy. I mean, again, if you had like, you know, a bunch of 2x4s in the back, I'm sure it'd be cool. What is this? Oh my gosh. Let's see how the horn works. Yeah, that's better. Move it, dude. Seriously, like, we're getting on a freeway.
In 1.2 miles, exit onto exit 5, Maclay Street.
Wow,
Watch out, roadworks reported on the road ahead.
All right, let's see how the passing power works. It seems that this person doesn't know where her right foot is supposed to go. So let's just give a little half throttle rip here. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, man, this truck just gets it done. I gotta say, the power is really phenomenal. And maybe it's just because I haven't.
In half a mile, exit to the right, then turn right.
You know, it could be because I haven't driven a pickup truck in a while, but man, this thing really scoots. Like, I'm impressed. And it feels like it would have no problem towing something. Yeah. So I'm gonna concentrate on what I'm doing here, and then we'll check out these buttons. Okay, and we've got a little parking brake button here. It's kind of not very intuitive, but it works. Let me see what this does. I'm gonna press this, and let's see what the... Oh, look at that! Excuse me while I cough up a lung. That's hilarious. It just opens it and slams to the ground. Yeah, just like GM. That's nice. Okay, that was fun. I'm glad we did that. Yeah, and maybe later, after I buy this water heater, we'll take a look under the hood. As far as the key goes, it's old school, like laser cut key, kind of like a Lexus, Toyota key, whatever. You know, you just turn it to start the car. I know it seems weird. There you have it. I'm gonna go water heater shopping. All right, let's talk buff horses. Let's see what we got going on here. Taking you with me. I haven't. Oh, look. Wow, that looks kind of like an LS-based V8. Tell you what. Yeah, totally. Lots of plastic and aluminum. Trying to look for any kind of stickers that say what this is. Oh yeah, it's 5.3. Yeah, so it's the LS 5.3, probably. And that makes some horsepower and some torque. I just can't remember. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. And let's find out what year this thing is. And it looks like on the sticker it is 2021. Very nice. And it has one of these non-fuel door things.